You're still watching TVC Breakfast. Now, a whole lot has happened from yesterday till today, and Nelson is standing by to let us know what's happening in the world of social media and more. We're trending now. Good morning, Nelson. How are you doing?
Of course, I'm doing pretty well, Rhea.
What's
it's
happening?
Good to be at the back of the scene here to bring more stories from around the country.
Exactly.
Yeah, just beside us.
Take it away.
Right, thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us right here on Trending Now on TVC. We'll begin with this very fresh twist that has emerged in a viral university scandal involving a withdrawn rape allegation. A student identified as David is now demanding a public apology and a retraction after a rape claim made against him was later withdrawn. The case resurfaced online after a video showed the accuser, Adeife, admitting the claim was false and offering an apology, a development that quickly shifted public reactions. Take a listen at this.
I apologize to David from the bottom of my heart. Recently, I made a very wrong statement on my WhatsApp status, tagging David as a rapist. David had only shared his opinion about the Mirabel's ongoing saga, and our disagreement led me to speak very carelessly, and it is something that I truly regret. I want to make it clear that David has never raped anybody. In fact, testimonies around shows that David is a very easygoing and respectful person.
Now, through his legal team, David is seeking 15 million naira in damages, citing reputational harm, emotional distress, and a long-term impact of the viral accusation. The demand is currently at the legal notice stage, but it has already ignited fresh conversations online. As debates continue, the case is raising broader questions about accountability in the age of viral accusations and the lasting consequences of claims made on social media. Of course, as usual, you always have things to say, and we bring some of them to you. Nancy had to jump on this. Apology+Simi said, nice one. False accusations can ruin lives. Adeife's apology is a start, but he deserves a retraction, public apology, and compensation for the harm done. It's a clear lesson. Don't accuse without proof. Absolutely, Nancy. And Drisa says, look how she put her parents into trouble. They sent her to school to study, but she wants to feel among. Now feminism has landed her into trouble. David was too lenient for that amount charged, but not bad. I skip one line. Let's live together in harmony and stop all of this. Man, I couldn't agree less with you, my brother. And Eclipse is saying she can appeal, obviously. This guy clearly wants a payback. No bodily harm or physical damage was done. She realizes her actions and apologized via a post in less than 28 hours. Abi, didn't she? Well, Mr. Bjorn, Ria, and Ibrahim, I don't know if this really suffices. I mean, there was an argument online during the rape case of that young lady, and she, out of, outburst, called David all kinds of names, and then the young man be like, wait a minute, where did you know me from?
Well, making false allegation is totally unacceptable. Unfortunately, we don't know the age of David and Adeife, whether they're under 18 years old. Otherwise, I don't know where David would get the 15 million naira from. They probably don't have, the girl probably doesn't have any asset, to garnish it. So therefore, it's almost unlikely that David will be able to get any money. We're in the spirit of fasting, both Christian and Muslims. I think the girl has admitted her wrong. She could be punished in other way, by the institution or some other means. In the spirit of Ramadan, I think the issue of money should not be hit, because the girl obviously cannot afford it, and you can't expect her to go to her parents and put them more in trouble. I think our conduct is totally condemnable and unacceptable.
For me, David, I think that 50 million is too small. We should be talking 50 million right about now. Because oftentimes, Nelson, when these people do things like this, they come out and apologize. Oh, let's forgive them. Oh, God says we should forgive. This is not something to forgive. You come out, you tarnish somebody's image. Imagine if she didn't come out to apologize. Everybody will see David as a rapist. As a woman, it's so irritating when I see other women, you know, falsely accusing men of things that they have not done. You know, I'm not going to be a feminist here. I'm going to speak the truth as it is. What will make you get up and just accuse somebody falsely? Do you understand what it does to the person? Nelson, even you as a person, imagine somebody accuse you of something you've not done. Talk less of somebody now accuse you of something as big as rape. This is quite sad, and I feel like the punishment they would give to this particular lady, it should serve, you know, as something to other people not to try this again. It has to be a very harsh punishment, because we see it now happening. It's like a trend now. Ladies just get up and then they're accusing men falsely. These men also need justice. You cannot accuse somebody for something he has not done. Now, what they do again is that they make it very difficult for us to now believe when they're actually saying the truth. They need to take this up. This is not something we take lightly. This is not something you tell me that you just come out to apologize. No, that money should be paid. Even more should be asked for.
And that's the danger when people are accused of rape, and in a society where jungle justice, mob action is very, is very prominent, where some people are accused of wrongdoing, which they never had a hand in. And the next thing you see people, jumping on them, seeking tires, pouring petrol and, taking their lives. What if that had happened to David? So are you going to come on, set up your ring lights and then start saying, I apologize and all of that? Yes. So error is human and to forgive is divine. Mr. Shomi has said that David should temper justice with mercy. So if that is the case, I think community service has to be done for lessons to be learned, because this started off from Mirabel, lying about rape. Now somebody comes again lying about rape. Mirabel is asking for apology. She's also asking for apology. I think it would be unfair on those who are accused, or the men folk that have been accused of raping someone. The ladies should sweep a place as big as maybe this TVC or Eco Atlantic. That community service will make them get their sense back. And
team, this goes beyond just somebody coming to make false accusation of rapes. It goes down to, quack journalism again online, who just peddle stories without proofs and evidence, just to trend a narrative. Things like this are absolutely wrong, and we can't allow ourselves to keep snowballing this path. But well said, everyone. Now, from this actual accusation to a love story gone sour, a young woman in Delta State has been saved by local vigilantes after what started as a social media date reportedly escalated into kidnapping and robbery. The victim had agreed to meet a man she connected with online, only to be taken to a scheduled bush path, tied to a tree and forced to give her bank details. Some money was allegedly transferred from her account before vigilantes intervened and rescued her. Authorities are now investigating to recover the funds and see if suspects are linked to a larger criminal network. Watch this.
I'm Antonia Oberai.
Antonia Oberai?
Yes.
From where?
I'm from Oriya, from Ugeli.
From Ugeli?
No good.
How you know these people?
Online. He said I should come and meet him at his place. So I came. After coming, that was when I even came, I was like, this place is too far. He was like, he's staying out in this place, and I don't know yet. You understand? That was when this other guy had to drag, he had to close my mouth, and he dragged it from me, and put me there. That he's going to kill me. That if I should say anything,
Anything from you?
Yes, my phone, and they also transferred money from my.
How much they transfer?
Now, this incident has sparked renewed warnings about meeting strangers from social media in isolated areas, highlighting the importance of online safety. Again, the matter of online safety. But he had a lot to say, and Sonia chimed in on this. Now, God really saved her life. All this meeting people online and going to meet them. Meet in an open place and go your separate ways from there. How na take end up for bush? Good question, my sister. Everything politics, a bit of a long one. We'll skip some lines here. Young men and women, there is a lesson from here for us all. Thank God the vigilante intervened before something worse happened. We must be careful about meeting strangers, especially at night or in unfamiliar places. no amount of money is worth risking your safety. If anyone is found guilty, the law should take its course so it serves as a warning to others. Biodun, Rhea, and Ibrahim, is love now a crime?
Oh, look, is love a crime or the crime of love? You know, so when you look at this situation, many people are still very, very vulnerable. They meet people on the net, on the internet. You don't know whether the person you're looking at, the picture you're looking at, is actually who the person is. You don't even know whether that's a different person, whether it's the picture of a criminal, you know, and then people will ordinarily agree to go and meet them in isolated places. So at the end of the day, they end up becoming victims. There are a lot of cases of people either deprived of their possessions or rape, which are not reported simply because of they will look stupid at the end of the day. Do you know the person? Do you know where the person lives? No, I don't. So Nigerians, including ladies and men, need to be more careful about meeting people in isolated places. It's better to meet in public places.
For me, first of all, I'm happy that she's alive and, you know, nothing happened to her because it could have gone south. Just like what Mr. Biodun said, there are a lot of people that so many things have happened to them, you know, from just meeting somebody online, and we do not get to hear about it. Now, this should serve as a lesson, you know, to our young girls and even guys as well. For me, I would say you must have a lot of audacity to just get up and go and meet somebody that you met online. You know, when you meet somebody online, it's quite dicey. You need to be sure, is it really the person? Is it for kidnapping? Is it for rituals? Because the world is a very scary place. You're never sure who the person really is. So for a lady, someone is chatting you up and then you were following the person, you saw it's dark, it's entering bush, you're still going. You yourself, you must be very, very courageous. But I'm just hoping that this teaches our young ones a lesson, especially our girls. You know, there's so many people online, the good, the bad. So you need to be able to, you know, differentiate, and you cannot just follow someone to a place where you do not know your bearings. Now you've been tied to a tree. This is quite a sad one. I'm just hoping that people learn from this particular story.
You see, Nelson, this actually reminds me of the quote, or this ancient classical quote of love is a serious crime committed by two people against each other.
Right.
And there's another quote by Plato, you know, the ancient Greek Greek man, you know, when he said, love is a mental disease. So you see people behaving, you know, doing things that are actually out of the ordinary, and you ask the question, why are you doing this? Because love is blind. Oh, really? Or are you the one that are actually blind? When you are meeting a stranger anywhere, anyone you've not met, one, make sure it's in a public place, and never go alone. Never go alone in the sense that not two persons just go in, but you have to ensure that you are meeting where everyone will see you, maybe at an eatery, maybe at a motor park, or anywhere that you know that if anything is going to go wrong, then you are covered by just a single shout. We need to be very careful.
And you know, Nelson, when we say don't even go alone, oftentimes they will do something to you and your friend. Have you forgotten what happened, you know, to the model that she said she went with her friend and something even happened to the both of them? I think at this point, just abstain. Like, if you're meeting somebody online, you need to be sure about the person. As women, we shouldn't be too desperate as well. Like, not everybody you see online is maybe will be your husband or will be a potential boyfriend. We need to be careful, honestly.
And quite frankly, there are few, you know, cyber security intels that can be used individually to ascertain if a person you're discussing with online is the person or not. But we thank God for her life, and she's safe now. But let's move to our next matter this morning, which is bordering on singer Simi. She's speaking out after old tweets resurfaced online, sparking heated conversations across social media. Now, in a lengthy statement, the singer said she only became aware of the backlash after people drew her attention to tweets from about 14 years ago. Simi explained that at the time, she was 23 and living with her mother while helping at a daycare and chasing her music career. According to her, she often tweeted about everyday experiences, including funny moments with children, stressing that nothing she shared came from a place of perversion. She only pushed back against what she described as attempts to twist her story to fit false narrative. The singer also added that while her team has started deleting some of the tweets because of how sensitive the situation is for her family, she initially didn't want them removed. But Simi has further emphasized that she has always spoken against rape and sexual assault, saying her stance is not performative, but something she consistently stands for. And the quote is, "I've always spoken against rape and sexual assault. It's not a costume I'm wearing. It's who I am. I said, stop raping women, and I stand by it." Her response has since triggered mixed reactions online, with supporters defending her clarifications while others continue to debate the context of the resurfaced post. And some of those reactions is what I want to let you see at this time. And the first is from Godi. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Quoting scriptures, whatever she tweeted are things she constantly thought about, and there's 90% chance she did all of them. Bros, you know that. But anyways, that's your thought. Moyo Shure is saying, I don't support the tweet about the 4-year-old, but I let it sink in that the reason they started pulling Simi's tweet is because she told men to stop raping women. Her tweets was clear and simple. None of us knew the girl was lying. So all this vitriol is unnecessary. Stop raping women. Ria, Biodun, and Ibrahim, we couldn't emphasize further statement than that. Stop raping men and women.
And women.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not only men and women. We have situations where some animals are raping kids. So stop raping kids, men and women. Generally, you can only have sex through consensual sex. Otherwise, it becomes a crime. And you have no right to force either your wife or anybody, no matter what, or the wife to force the husband, to have any form of intercourse. So at the end of the day, we need to ensure that whatever we do it consensually, and at the same time, avoid people who are vulnerable, at all times.
I'll start this, of course, with say no to rape. But then again, this Simi's issue. Remember the last time, Nelson, it happened with Wizkid that all tweets, were pulled out. And now we're seeing Simi again. And it's happened a lot of times, abroad. For me, I think Simi should just apologize, because those tweets, in as much as I love Simi, I love her music, in as much as we know that maybe probably she wasn't engaging in stuffs like that, maybe that's what's on her mind and she was just tweeting it. But now that they're out, it doesn't really look nice on her and on the brand. And I think she really needs to understand that. Reading the tweets, just going through it, a 4-year-old, yes, that's what you were thinking at that point. But then again, did you need to put it out? And that's what I want our young people to learn from this. Oftentimes, you feel you're a nobody, but you'd never know. Next year or 2 years to come, you can be a governor, you can be a president, you can be a first lady. And the things you put behind, those things will now linger on and follow you. So we need to be careful what we've even put on social media, because what we put on social media, you can never take it back. But for Simi, I love you a whole lot, and I think you should just apologize rather than trying to justify those tweets.
William Shakespeare wrote in Hamlet where he says, my words fly up, my thoughts remain below. Words without thought never even go. Meaning that whatever you think, if you say it out, then everyone sees it, and then it's a problem. That's what we talk about, digital footprint. Whatever it is that you put on the social media, it will come back haunting you if you're not careful. So it's a lesson for us. It's good that you are deleting the tweets, even though you say you don't like them, but then good that you're deleting the tweet, because of those who want to make mischief, you'll not be giving them a ground for them to be mischievous over you.
And thank you, guys.